Hey, Garrett. All right. That's easy, really super easy mistake. That's super easy. I almost didn't catch it. It looks, I can understand how that oversight was made. So no worries. Thank you so much for addressing that. So let's see. I'm looking at, this is exactly what I thought. This is exactly where I thought you were going with this, but I just thought it's such a great idea to induce you to understand the importance of describing your work in order to get good, accurate, and robust critique. Um, so that's fantastic, and that's something you'll be asked to do in a studio setting when you are working as a designer. So I just kind of want to prepare you for that. Now, I think it's really a fantastic solution. I really do. I think what you've done here is really super interesting. Now, I will say this. I'm not crazy about the typeface. I think the way this is slanted and the way it's looking like that NASA, to me, it's just not working. It's just not working as well as it could. I think what's throwing me really here is the slant, the diagonal of the cap M on your laureate's last name is tilted in a way that's contrary to the pattern here. We're creating this pattern, and then all of a sudden we're breaking this pattern right here. To me, it's just a little bit jarring. I would like to see a sans serif typeface that where the M is set not at that oblique or that italic. Try it. The other thing is this. Now I'm so glad that this doesn't radiate from the center. And I think a lot of young designers and design students would want to work that into the center. One of the things I'm doing in this class is I'm just really trying to get students to reevaluate the value of center aligned anything. And you've heard me say that basically since day one in the class. Center alignment does nothing for negative space, and it's just kind of a really safe way to go. And as designers, we know that safe doesn't always equal the most engaging visual solutions. So I stay away from center alignment, both horizontally and vertically. You've done so here on the vertical plane, but you're still centered horizontally. My recommendation is to take this whole thing, just move it down to right about here. Where you separate this into three. So we're going to work the rule of thirds. Okay, so 1, 2 lines equidistant from the top and the bottom, then place that on the bottom line. It's going to be much more interesting. It's going to create this wonderful vacuum effect, and I think that's what you're going for, just by offsetting that a little bit. So those are my only recommendations. The only other thing I have is this, is take a look at your type. Take a look at the center of those concentric circles. Now, as you can see, what I want you to do is I want you to zoom out when you do this. Okay, so either print it out, put it on the wall, and walk across your room, or put it on your screen and slide your chair back. Take a look at it. Because what I want you to see is there's a little bit of a lack of contrast right here. And that lack of contrast is at a distance, this is going to look like, whoops, sorry about that. At a distance, you're going to miss the O completely. So it's just going to look like J, H, N, C, and then the last name. So it's going to be really, really confusing from a distance. And when I say a distance, I mean probably within 5 feet. That's going to start to really disappear. My recommendation is to I don't want to increase the size of all of the concentric circles because I think that's going to interfere with the typography. But what I would do is I would take that center circle right there, and I would just increase the stroke just a little bit. Now, in a perfect world, what you would want to do is you would want to find a sans serif typeface that is geometric in nature. Futura has perfectly round O's, and that might work. So think about that, Futura, and it's perfectly round, or any sans serif that's geometric in nature will have perfectly round O's. And that might be a really super interesting way to go because I think that's going to really bring the type into harmony with the concentric circles. All right, so those are my recommendations. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing this. Really, really good job. I love the concept. Listen, simplicity rules in graphic design. This is a perfect example. Fantastic work, Garrett. Thank you so much.